Greetings, souls. Happy Friday, November 12th. I am super grateful to be joined today with Robert Mayhew, aka Johnny Bloom Lives, and we will be hosting a Friday night tarot and chill here in the Cove to help deliver some meditation and spirit messages for your weekend, to give us a bit of guidance and inspiration for moving forward along our path. So, I would love to get us started today with a short meditation to ground us into our energy. And for anyone that is joining live that would like to drop in their gratitude in the chat, please feel free to do so. I am absolutely grateful for the lessons that I have learned this week. I am grateful for the opportunity that we had to join in Memphis with Soul Family. I'm always so humbled by the experiences that I have the opportunity to share with Soul Family. So, really grateful that Memphis was able to come together. And I'm also really grateful for my beautiful puppies and the fall weather that we are experiencing today. So, Rob, did you want to share any of your gratitude?
Yeah. I'm grateful for the weather was kind of opposite. We had quite heavy rainfall today, but then the sun still came out by the time it was going down, so that was very nice. It was kind of misty afterwards, and yeah, lots of gratitude for tarot and oracle and just being able to hold that light within our lives and continue the flow of things so that we can find the answers that we need to be able to move forward. And grateful for Memphis as well. I got a couple new decks while I was out there, and I'm excited to dive into some of those.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. You did get some really good decks. So, I have a new deck I'm going to be showing you all tonight as well. So, yes, beautiful. Maybe I think we're going to actually dive into some past life readings tonight. So, those of you that are looking for a little bit of wisdom on your past life and maybe how it's working in your current reality. So, yeah. Thank you, Rob, for sharing your gratitude. And I think we're at a beautiful place to be able to bring ourselves into a meditation. So, if you'd like to allow yourself to find a comfortable position and allow your body to relax, grab any crystals that you may feel called to in this moment. And we'll begin by taking a few breaths in together. If you'd like to place one hand over your heart, the other hand over your belly, then we can go ahead and begin. We'll begin with a breath in and release. Breath in and release. And one more breath in and release. And I invite you to imagine a beautiful lotus flower beginning to open on the crown of your head. And we can bring down a silver light into the crown and begin being drank in by this beautiful lotus flower. And we'll bring this silver light energy down through the third eye and imagining this silver light cleansing this space, clearing the energy and moving down to the throat center, igniting and expanding this beautiful blue energy that lives within the center of your being. And allowing this silver light to mix and move down to the heart center, this beautiful green energy. Allowing this space to be free and clear of any energetic blockages. Inviting in a peaceful, loving energy as we bring this silver light down to the solar plexus, mixing with a beautiful yellow, connecting with our willpower, our ability to take action and to step forward and to follow through. Moving the silver light down to the sacral chakra, this lovely, passionate energy that exists to move you forward. Allowing us to bring our awareness now to the base of our spine at the root center in this brilliant red grounding energy. Knowing we are protected, we are loved, we are safe, we are whole. Bringing this energy down the legs and through the earth, moving through the layers of the rocks and clay, bringing these roots down to the core of the earth. If we'd like, we can bring this warm, loving energy back up to our body with a breath in. And release. Allowing your body to release the tension from the day and bringing your awareness to this now moment that we are sharing here today. And I'd like for you to imagine just for a moment that you are sitting by a tree, overlooking a field. You can feel the warm sun on your skin, the cool breeze through your hair. Just allowing yourself to sit by this tree for a few moments in connection with your breath. And allow yourself to bring in a sense of peace and gratitude for where you are in your journey, for where you sit in this now moment today. Seeing yourself for the strength of every lesson that you have walked through and knowing the wisdom that you hold now in your heart. And with a deep understanding of your ability to be able to connect to this wisdom and bring it forward as you move along your path. And just for this moment, as you sit by this tree, you can know that you are exactly where you are meant to be and that everything is happening as it should. And we'll take a few more breaths in, allowing this understanding and love to be welcomed into our bodies and bringing it back with us to this now moment as we sit with a breath in and release. And we can begin to bring our awareness back to our bodies with our fingers and toes, our knees and our nose. Opening your eyes whenever you're ready. Beautiful. Thank you all so much for joining me on that beautiful journey today. So I would love to gain a little bit of wisdom from Spirit, from our angels, from our guides, any messages for the collective, for moving forward, for what it is that we are creating, what we are stepping into for ourselves, and any guidance that our angels would like to share in this moment for maybe any challenges that we are working through in this moment. Okay. All right. Beautiful. So, for the cards to get us started, we are using a really beautiful deck, and I think the first card that comes out for today is the Ace of Pentacles. And this particular Ace of Pentacles depicts a young person, maybe, just kind of living through their life, being able to kind of hold the wheel of their imaginary vessel as they move through. And it's almost like this blissful energy of moving forward, trusting spirit, following your guide, knowing that you are walking towards the sun with each step you take, and having your blessings in life come to you in very unexpected ways. And so, what I see for the collective is being in a place of really having a lot to be grateful for, having so many blessings in your life, and maybe they're just unexpected. Maybe they're things that you may not see as a blessing, but Spirit is asking you in this moment to look around your life and to see where the areas are abundant that you may be seeing from a place of lack, and allowing yourself to be grateful for the many blessings that you do already have as you continue to move forward in your journey, calling in the abundance that you wish to see for yourself. And what comes forward as the sort of advice for Spirit on this is to see that, trusting that process, trusting that things are happening as they are meant to, even when they're not, even when they don't look great, even when your blessings are in disguise. And, also a message that comes along with it of understanding that, sometimes our projects don't work out in the ways that we think they will, but we have to just continue to trust that they are exactly where they are meant to be, and that things are going to work as they should, because whatever you put your time and energy into, it's going to bring you forward to where it is that you are meant to be, to learn the lessons that you need to move into the things that you are calling in for yourself. And so it looks right now like we're faced with a collective that has a lot of abundance and maybe not necessarily seeing that. And so kind of overviewing the things in life and being able to really sit with ourselves and see what blessings that we have been able to accrue. And with this side message of understanding that, you have the ability to create so much in your life, and it's your choice to continue to move in whichever direction you so choose to go in. And understanding that as you build in life, as you grow, as you put your effort into different things, you you, it's like they're showing me, it's almost like they kind of stack up, where maybe you put your time and energy into something that doesn't necessarily bring you to where you want to go, but your time and energy that you put into that connected you with someone else that now is going to bring you in a whole new direction that's going to align you with exactly what it is that you do want to see for yourself. So it's being able to see in your life where things did not work out and how that is a blessing. So that's the big message that I have to start us for tonight. So, Rob, if you have any messages that you would like to share from there, I'd be grateful to hear what Spirit has. I guess the bottom deck of the energy, I didn't share that, but the bottom deck of the energy is the Three of Swords in reverse, which is really walking away from heartbreak, seeing the places in your life that are maybe causing you more pain than good, and also seeing where overthinking and putting in time where things are just not serving you, and allowing yourself to see where you can make choices to kind of free yourself from that. So lots of really beautiful healing happening in the collective right now. So yeah, that's it for me. Rob, passing the talking stick over to you. Namaste, beautiful Rome. Thank you so much for joining us. And for anyone else in the chat, so grateful to see you all here today. We will do some beautiful readings later, but for now, we've got a good collective going. So, Rob, I'm passing it to you.
Okay, so I have a few here that have been building up, and like between yesterday and today, and I did set the same intention as to how to move forward. And this first one out of my new deck that is the Wisdom of the Tao, talking about Taoism. And this first card is Dao Chan, and it is inspiration with the element of water. And it says, you are encountering a burst of creative energy, new passions, and inspiration. Take advantage of it. Feelings and sensations can be overwhelming at this time. Use this opportunity to manifest your desires, but maintain integrity and emotional intelligence. So, with this card, what I've gotten out of it is that, like water, moving forward, we need to flow and take care of ourselves. And there's also, you know, our bodies as well, you know, hydrating. If we're dehydrated, we feel old and frail. If we're overhydrated, we might be drowning ourselves. And it's just finding that good balance, that good flow with things. And this card also talks about the divine feminine as well, with Dao Chan. Dao Chan was born by a mystical river, and it is said that the people living near the river all proposed for years afterward. Women, particularly those who remain gentle but powerful, as are compared to water in Taoist philosophy. Gentleness can overcome hardness, just as a river can erode a boulder into a pebble. So, really being able to flow and accept things as they come and bring that understanding into the situation and be able to see that love and be able to wash over anything that is trying to disrupt that flow and present yourself with understanding with that. And there was a message coming through also. So I also asked how can we flow more fluently, and the card contentment came out. But before, okay, now I remember, but before I go forward with that, there's the inspiration. So definitely with this divine feminine energy and being able to nurture and create as well and find our flow in our creations, you know, as you were saying before, we manifest all these things, big or little in our lives. We buy something new that inspires us, or we find a new situation that inspires us, and we never slow down to the point where we can harness that inspiration. And we always pass by these things that we manifest instead of, you know, containing them and focusing on what we actually accomplished and keeping that inspiration. And it feels like in these moments moving forward, that inspiration may have been found. That inspiration, if you haven't found it, should be lingering by you quite closely. And that inspiration moving forward, as I asked how to keep this inspiration moving forward, is contentment. And, you know, it says, don't exert yourself. No extra effort is needed at this point. Be content and let things happen naturally. Balance humility with confidence. Your attitude is reflected in the Taoist teaching. Soft is strong, great is low. So definitely finding that contentment and letting that flow happen. If you're stressed out, do the things that take you out of that energy and get you back to center. Don't force yourself to go back to doing things that you can't quite handle when you're stressed out. And finding the time to allow that to flow will bring you to the answers that you need in order to move forward. And with my other decks, with the divine masculine and divine feminine decks that have small messages, from the divine feminine, it says, surround your, there is nothing better that you can give to a person than to be present with them. But yeah, definitely with that flow, with that water, being present and knowing where you are in the river, you can see you can, if you're present, you'll see that boulder. And if you're just looking 10 feet ahead of you, you're not present and you're looking towards the next thing to manifest, and you're losing that inspiration. And then you just bumping into things and you're slowing down. So being present is definitely um, a big focus moving forward. And from the divine masculine, there it says, find friends who love the truth, drink deeply, live in serenity and joy. So definitely, finding that group, finding those people in your life where that empower you and keep you lifted up is definitely a great source of energy, a great source of balance that we can achieve in our life. Because when we're surrounding ourselves with friends who drink from a different cup, obviously we may be falling over more than often. Um, yeah, I have some dragon wisdom cards that I pulled also, but if you want to do any others, I'll pass the talking stick.
Thank you, Rob. That was beautiful. I'm always grateful when the message comes forward to sit in stillness. I think that those are some of the most challenging moments for myself because I love to go, I love to do, I love to take action, I love to see physical results from what I'm working on. And so I think that one of the biggest lessons that I know I've been incorporating is learning the power of still, the power of silence, because in those moments, is whenever you have those breakthroughs. It's whenever you have those ahas, those ability to truly be able to move forward. I think at one point I'm not exactly sure how you phrased it, but you said it in a way of like, yeah, at some point you're just kind of like bouncing around and bumping off of things because you're just constantly going. It's if you give yourself that time to condense and get your direction focused, then you can do that. And then whenever you do take that action moving forward, you're able to be much more guided and direct and in alignment with what it is that you are doing in your own life. So thank you. That was a very beautiful, very powerful message. I did pull a few cards. I'm really excited because I just got a new Isis Oracle deck. I'm connecting with some Egyptian past life memories, and I'm really grateful for the wisdom that has come forward in this deck. So for tonight, just in the theme of understanding that we are at a place of being able to integrate wisdom and learn lessons, I pulled one card from this oracle, and I'm going to read it from the book so that way we can know what that wisdom is, and then I'll interpret a little bit of it. So the card that came forward is the Miracle of Isis. Is that a good, can you see? The Miracle of Isis, miraculous healing of the goddess. Isis was known as a talented practitioner of the healing arts and was capable of miraculous healings. For you, beloved, she offers a miracle healing. No matter how much you have struggled with a particular matter, no matter how impossible it may seem, to imagine your life without this old wound, addiction, problem, or relationship issue, or inner struggle being a part of it, You are guided now to accept the possibility of miraculous healing, to let go and let the goddess be. The Lady Isis wishes to lift a load that has become too heavy for you to heal on your own, beloved. She cannot take something away from you if you are not willing to release it to her, however. Release for healing means trust, letting go of attachment to outcome and how the outcome might be achieved, and opening to the divine genius of healing that seeks to express the perfection of divine love through you now. To hand something over for healing, especially when it has been a long-term or persistent difficulty of simple, seems to be too great or overwhelming to be healed, takes a radical change of mind and heart. To dare to open without becoming attached to how or when something can happen, to surrender without forgetting to follow your intuition and act accordingly, to trust even though you may have been disappointed or hurt in the past. All these things take skill and courage, yet these are the requirements for us to surrender into the great healing of the divine love. Lady Isis speaks through this oracle and says to you that recovery from trauma and emotional healing is not only possible, but if you are willing, it can happen for you now. No matter the depth of grief, loss, despair, fear, or anger, love can and will absorb all of it. This oracle is also an indication that a spiritual gift or awakening of deep healing ability at a new level are coming your way. Keep your eyes and heart open and let go of doubt or fear about opening up to a new level of proficiency. Dedicate your work to divine love and trust that it will flow through you stronger now. You are capable of great work when you trust in your own heart and the love of the divine flow through you with total surrender. Wow. Ha. Thank you, Isis. This could not be more in alignment. So, allowing ourselves to see that, it's almost like this. I'll use a personal example. So in my story, I'm a survivor. Okay, I once held that as a title for myself, being able to know that I have overcome violence and abuse in my life. And so being able to have that title of survivor was so important to me, because as somebody that survived something, I knew that I was no longer suffering from that. But eventually I got to the place where I realized that holding on to the title of survivor meant that I was still attached to that thing that had happened. I was still allowing that to give power in my life. And so to now come to a place where, I can say that I am thriving, I am successful in my life, understanding the lessons I've learned from that. But I don't need to hold on to that title anymore to know that I've overcome and healed and moved forward from that. And I think that whenever we come into places in our life where we're really doing some deep healing and really changing the aspects of our being that wish to transform into the higher vibrational states that we are calling in, it takes sacrifice. And sometimes we see sacrifice as something that requires us to let go of something that's good and positive, right? But in this case, you're letting go of something that you're comfortable with, you're used to that, but it's not actually helping you. It's you letting that go is going to be what allows you to open up into a new space of receiving, and being able to release that attachment to the outcome gives you the freedom to do so in a way that your soul is calling you into. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful wisdom from Isis. Really grateful for that message to come through. Hello, beautiful Morphic. Thank you for joining in this beautiful tarot and chill Friday night. We're just getting some beautiful wisdom laid down on us. So of course, we would call in beautiful Morphic energy. So Rob, I will happily pass the talking stick back to you if we want to do one more round of cards, and then if we want to offer readings to anyone in the chat. I think that's good. You're on mute.
Whoops. Alrighty. So it's pretty interesting. Two of these two cards fell out together from my Dragon Wisdom deck, and they're two cards. I haven't used this too much, and they're two cards that I have pulled before. So this first card is Avalon, this silver bluish white dragon here. And so this dragon is telling us to recognize the beings that stand at your shoulder, the beings that you have been in the past, your ancestors, and really take that magic and that knowledge back deep into your heart and speak as you once did, full of wisdom and gentleness to those who need it. And this definitely feels like an energy in this dragon where this dragon is matching and blending into its environment. It knows where it is and where it stands. And the meditation that comes with this talks about King Arthur and um, how the knights at the round table all worked with dragon energies, and the meditation brings you on a ride with this dragon to go to King Arthur's grave and to find something there that was left for you. And it's really that piece of you, that absolutely piece, that truth that lives within you, and that ability to blend into your environments and be able to flow, and um, reactivating that which we have experienced in this lifetime or another lifetime, and we're really being called back into that energy. And along with this dragon comes Merlin as well. And the wisdom of Merlin strictly talks about the power of our words. Our words are our wands. Words create worlds. So definitely in combination, you know, if you think of it as powerful as a dragon's energy, you know, if you tell that if you're speaking positively, that dragon will fly around to no ends to create and to nurture and to heal and to protect. And then if you speak to that dragon negatively, it will obviously burn down cities and whatnot, and create havoc and destroy situations within your life. And so it really just comes into a real knowing of how powerful your words are and how much that is needed in the world right now. And with that, um, yeah, going off of that comes from my surrealist tarot, the page of swords here, and there's this chessboard here. And just as with Merlin, you know, as we begin to come into this knowing with the power of our words, we can really start to anticipate. Just like in the game of chess, we need to think at least two steps ahead of how things are going to react and how things are going to change from the words and actions that we do in our everyday life. And really, this guy standing in a urinal that looks like a pipe, and it's quite interesting. It can be either a piss poor attitude or a nice little toke off your pipe. It can go one of two ways. um, wow. And with that, another swords, the two of swords come out. So it's really talking about, our minds and how much we need to start being in control of our minds and what we say and how we anticipate that and how we project it. And this two of swords here has this. I don't know the term for that TikTok device that where the thing just kind of goes like this, but there's an eye on there, and really that brings me the message of staying in the flow and seeing which side you're always going to keep moving and you need to see which side you're on and how far it needs to be, how far it's going to take you to get to each side again. And then there's the seashell coming out of the sky with a hand, and it's just very interesting with the spiral. Always, keeping in mind that energy is always constantly moving and changing and adapting, and we are always reaching our hand out towards that next, it looks like there's a cloud coming out of the seashell, and the hand is coming out of that, is grasping towards the cloud. So there's a crack in the shell where that cloud is coming out. So like within this constant change, there's always going to be some sort of glitch or crack in the system, which we are grasping at to figure out and adapt and to change and to integrate with. And within that change, there's also a nail in here with a string that ties to a nail with a string that ties to her hair into a ponytail. And hmm, there's there's that message. It also somewhat looks like a bobby pin too. Hmm. Out on this beach. It looks like a beach that also looks like the back of a fish. It's quite surreal. Can't quite get the focus on there. But very interesting card.
I love the metronome analogy. I think that that's really gorgeous, because really it is. It's like it. You know where your center is, and you're always going to be, going from side to side, kind of trying to test those boundaries, see where you can grow. But you're always going to come back to that center at some point, and hopefully at some point that metronome will stop as well. And I think too a good metaphor with the metronome is understanding that like when the metronome is still and centered, it is not in action. It is not being used. And whenever you're ready to find your pace, that's when you click the metronome and it starts to move from side to side. And so I think also like seeing where you have the ability to set that pace in your life of where exactly you do want to move going forward and how, at what pace you wish to move that metronome is your choice, and when you wish to stop it is yours as well. So the cards that I pulled for, I was asking Spirit really just a bit of guidance to move forward of what we can do, what we can focus on moving forward. And I think the message that came forward is really beautiful. It's seek your answers from within. And you see this beautiful bear. It's a bear, yeah. Beautiful bear with a lit third eye, and their heart is on fire with an eye as well. And the beauty of seeking your answers from within means that when you come to your conclusion or your answer, it comes from within you. And when you hold that power of knowing within your being that you are taking driven action based off of your inner knowing, that inner wisdom, you come into a vibrational alignment where things in life start to fade away and call in. It's like this really beautiful transition where you begin to see that your worth is valued, and giving that value to yourself is irreplaceable. So continue to seek those answers from within your being, wherever it is that you are feeling lost or misguided or unsure of. Make that time for yourself to sit in stillness, to sit in silence, to become aware of the answers that exist within you. And then trust that you are following your destiny. This card is so beautiful because you see this really beautiful cat in this center of these kind of two trees. It almost reminds me of our portal meditation with Paradigm Shift Central yesterday. Check the link down below to join in and check out that video. That was phenomenal. But regardless, back to the reading, being able to see that you make that choice when you find your answers from within, and your guided direction is coming from that wisdom that lives within your heart and that inner knowing, then you follow that with which drives you, and life becomes magical. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. When you are following your inner guidance system and trusting that inner guidance system, life just opens up and becomes truly magical because you are following, you're in flow with the universe. And the little bit less, the last bit of guidance that I'll share with this particular message, and then we'll move on. So anyone that's here that would like an individual reading, we will share those as well. But challenge your perspective. Challenge the way that you're looking at the situation. What problems are you facing right now? Are they actually problems, or are they discomforts in your life that have been turned into larger scenarios because of the amount of time and energy that you have given them in your mind? Just a thought. Allow yourself to sit and reflect on the things that occupy your mental capacity. And then also allow yourself to ground your energy and sit in patience and understanding. And I know that this is the hardest one to hear because nobody likes to sit in patience, and we've said that a lot tonight, but trust that that patience and that moment of stillness, that time to ground your energy, is bringing you where you are desiring. That stop, that pause is so important for the healing to integrate. And so as you do that, as you sit in your stillness, nourish what you love. Nourish the things in your life that bring you joy, that bring you fulfillment. Nourish the things where you know you are giving your time and energy to what is restorative and giving back to you in your life. And also challenge yourself to see the things in your life where maybe you're giving that it's not giving back in a way that needs to be in order to be successful in your life as you move forward in the choices that you make. So, yeah. That's the last bit of messages from Spirit that I have for tonight. Just allowing yourself to really be connected with your knowing and trust the process, and silence and stillness is okay. Because listen, I wasn't going to share this card, but it's staring me in the face, so I will. The Fairy Forest, I'm not going to read this one because it's decently long and I want to get to individual readings, but the wild hunt is upon you. The wild hunt is all about a brand new adventure and freaking going at it with just gusto and trusting and flowing and knowing. So it's coming, my dear family. Just be patient, trust the process, and keep moving and flowing with your heart as you go. Rob, did you have any other cards you wanted to add for the collective? Yeah.
Yeah, but we could start the guessing game, I guess, and I could just do that message while people begin to guess. And that, oh yeah, I was gonna riff off of what you said with things building up. It reminds me of that acronym that I learned earlier this year called ANTS. ANTS being an acronym standing for automatic negative thoughts, and allowing those ants infest your brain, and you allow each and every one. We have thousands of thoughts that come in like nearly every couple seconds. Within 30 seconds, you could have an uncountable amount of thoughts, and slowing down, finding that patience, and justifying if those things are actually stressing you out or if they actually matter that much is a big part of the process. Um, but yeah, I'll hold on to these, and we'll pick a category or whatnot.
Well, you can go ahead. Let's
Or
let's
I'll
wrap
keep
the
going.
yeah, let's
All
wrap
right,
the
yeah.
collective messages and go.
So yeah, I pulled from my spirit song because I feel bad because I was supposed to do a spirit song healing thing this week, but I haven't been able to do that yet. So these cards want to come out. Um, so the first one is the Firefly, Hope and Readjustment. And so with Firefly's glow, it is the spark to light a way for hope. This little illuminator is a reminder that things are not always as they seem. She will show you that your path will be lighter and clearer by allowing beauty to grace your life. Firefly's shining light is the embodiment of the freedom of the spirit. She is the promise of repairing a broken spirit through faith in yourself. By igniting your inner light, healing takes place. This healing releases sorrow, which brings a renewed outlook for the future. Learn from the lesson of experience and focus on the light of your life. The light within is stronger than you know. By finding ways to reinvigorate yourself, you will find the direction that best suits your life at this time. So, with the five of shells here, it looks like with the five of shells here, there's the firefly, there's five shells, but there's four around its tail and one at its head. So really being able to evaluate which things in your life are, which one is more important. It's the ants, finding out which one is the leader and taking that down. Because once we find the root of something that is really disrupting our life, everything else, that's what happens within my healings. Once you find the root of the cause, everything else that has happened to you in your life from that root, whether it's been a month or 10 years, everything else will start to dissipate. And it really magically just, you know, sort of gets just erased from your mind. You move on to bigger and better things. And as we begin to focus on those better things in our life and be able to, it says hope and readjustment, keeping that hope and readjusting our light towards a better direction. And it also came out with the buffalo, the eight of crystals, um, which is dedication and progress, and this came in reverse. So definitely readjusting where we shine our light, but also keeping that dedication, keeping that progress, but not too strongly, because as the buffalo roam, they roam in very, very big packs. And if the buffalo were to stay in one spot and eat all the grass in that one field and stay dedicated to that one field, then they would be left with no grass or vegetation to eat and leave nothing for anything else on their path. So, not really dedicating yourself to one area in your life, I'm hearing, really being able to readjust to the widespread energy that you can handle in your life and we've come to understand. And, being able to slow down and keep that progress going. Um, yeah, that's
What does Brendan
that's
always say? Slow is fast and fast is slow. Slow is fast, I think.
right.
Ah, beautiful. Thank you, Rob. That was a gorgeous, gorgeous end to the collective messages. Yeah. Patience
And
is
Brendan just joined too.
Oh my goodness, Brendan. Thank you so much for being here. All right, my beautiful soul family. So, are we ready to play a game? For anyone that is here and would like a message for the evening, we are going to transition into individual messages for tonight. So, we will pick a color and you will throw in the chat what you think the color is that we are thinking of. And when you guess the color, you will get a reading. So, yeah. Does it sound good, Rob? Is the color, are you cool with the color? Okay, I already have my color picked.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, I do too.
Okay, cool. So, whenever you're ready, we can go ahead and start dropping our colors down into the chat. That's my elevator music for you guys. Da, 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 da. Oh, I will. You know what? While we wait, I will play my. I'm so excited, you guys. I invested in a singing bowl. Oh, Jennifer starts the races off with a red and a purple with a rising star seed. I know there's more of you in the chat than just. Oh, and a Brandy drops in out of nowhere with a
Out of nowhere.
and gets it because that was my color. So, Brandy, thank you so much for joining us on this lovely evening. You have gained yourself a reading, my dear. Rob, has anybody guessed your color yet?
No,
Okay.
keep guessing.
Keep going for Rob. Sky blue. Rome says yellow.
Nope.
Keep guessing. I love that. I love it because I love giving readings to new friends. So grateful. Right? Yay! Keep guessing though because we still have one more reading to give. Green. Rob, did you pick a normal color?
Yes.
Okay. Orange. You guys can keep guessing. Feel free to continue guessing as many times until we get to Rob's color. I'm not going to guess though because as soon as I do, no. In the chat. Off to the races. All right, well, while we're waiting, while you guys continue to guess Rob's color, I will go ahead and do Brandy's reading. So, Brandy, is a general reading good for you, my dear? Do you have a specific question that you would like guidance on? I think we've got a small enough crowd. I'm open to answering questions. Maroon 5! Yes! Lala, yes. Sugar, yes, please. Won't you come and put it down on me? Okay, now I'm gonna sing. It's fine.
Whoa.
White!
Wait. Oh, Jennifer. Yep, that's it.
Yay! Okay, fine.
Jennifer.
She wrote hoot, but anyways.
Woot woot.
Okay. Yay, we have our winners. So beautiful. Brandy is going to go with a general reading. All right, Brandy. What does Brandy need to know? Just for today in this now moment. Okay. Okay. Brandy. I see you've been working on something that you hold very dear to your heart, and you feel like you've had to kind of walk away from other scenarios to be able to choose this path, to choose this direction that you are on. And what Spirit has for you as far as guidance for moving forward is seeing that currently in the now moment, you may not be seeing your hard work, your efforts paying off in the ways that you would like to be seeing. And so, Spirit's guiding you to a place of listening to your intuition and trusting the guidance that has been coming your way. I'm seeing lots of different kind of signs, synchronicities, even just almost feeling it kind of in your gut of knowing where this action that you're taking can lead you moving forward, or where it may be time to step away. And so, what Spirit's asking you, Brandy, is to allow yourself time to reflect over these places where you have put in your time and energy, and allow yourself to become very focused on what is in alignment with your true desires and what is actually bringing forward what you wish to see from the effort that you are putting in, and allowing yourself to follow through with walking towards the things that are filling your cup and bringing you into alignment with that with which you desire. And also, I'm seeing for you too, Brandy, a little bit of just some self love, like really learning that you are worthy of the things that bring you joy. And if you're in a situation where you're involved in something that's not bringing you joy, but maybe causing you sleepless nights or overwhelming worry, then, this is not your natural state of living you want to be able to come to. So allow yourself the grace to welcome in the things in your life that do bring you joy. And I'm also seeing a cat familiar with you as well. So you might have some spirit animals that are guiding you and offering you wisdom in life right now as well. So definitely listen to the nudges that Spirit is giving you and guiding you in life. And whenever you feel a pull to go in a direction, allow yourself to take those steps and move in that direction. And when it comes to whatever project it is that you're working on right now, it's okay that it's not necessarily brought you what you thought it was going to, because you've really gained, I feel like you've gained a lot of self worth out of this process that you've been through. So it's almost kind of at a place where it's like, count your blessings and move forward as your heart calls you. That's it, my dear Brandy. Thank you so much for joining. All right. Let me know in the comments if that resonates or if you'd like a little more guidance. Yeah. Rob, if you want to go ahead with Jennifer, it looks like Jennifer's saying general is good as well. So,
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, okay. There's a lot coming out here. Um, let's see. So, okay, I'm just gonna let it flow. So this first card is the Three of Wands. Mm, 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 mm. Focus, 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 focus. Okay. Well, this Three of Wands is pertaining to planning and partnership, and these dragons here seem to look like they may be in a quarrel. I wish this camera. But yeah, these dragons look like they are quarreling, but they are definitely being bound by this energy that seemed to be, oh wow, I've never noticed this before. Oh my God. These dragons are actually like that show Cat Dog, where they are connected. Their tails are connected. They are one. I've never noticed of that about this card before. I wish this focus would get on there. But wow, I've never noticed that before. This Three of Wands is here. Each of them have a wand, and there's a wand on the beach here that is unifying them. And so things, oh wow. And they are definitely making a unified, it looks like a lemoness too, like the infinity symbol as well. So I've never looked at this card that much. Wow. This card just got that much cooler. Man. But yeah, this is a great time for planning and partnership, and this feeling of openness and letting those waves come in and crash and roll back, and definitely letting things flow. And then judgment also comes out, where spirit is urging you to wake up and see the light. You don't have to lay down in your pain. There's definitely a helping hand always at your side. And once we're able to, once you're able to see that and stand in your light, you really, really can start to become that magician and do all the things and say all the things and come into your power and take that first step onto your journey and be able to, you have that awareness to where things are speaking to you, and you can definitely see where the shadows are and where the light lies. And there may be along the road, there's the Five of Cups, where you may spill a cup, and you may be definitely feeling like you're down and out. But if you can take a step back, there's five cups there, but there's also, in turn, there's five dragons up here that are also screaming at you for your attention, so that you can see the light and look around you for the guidance that is right there for you at all times, rather than focusing on what this physical world is dealing to you. There's there's a much higher perspective that's reaching out to you to guide you. And then there's also the Seven of Swords here, where when you reach out and you take that guidance to heart and move forward, you can really begin to return to those gifts that truly lie within you. And I always look at this card as in, this man in this card is sneaking in, and there's a dragon alarm going off. But but you're truly taking back what is yours, and what is yours is your power. And really, that is what you're being guided, you're always being guided back to, is being able to step back into your power and move forward. um yeah, that was a lot. I feel like, I don't know,
Right, where's
the
Maria
bottom of the
at?
deck.
That's normally a Maria reading.
Right, where's Maria? Right. And then the bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords, with decision and being able to balance your decisions. You're walking on a tightrope, or you're walking above the flames of life, and you don't want to make a wrong move, but ultimately choosing which sword you want to take. And yeah, yeah, I could ramble, but I hope that resonates.
Very
Cat dog. Yeah.
beautiful. Well, we've got a fairly small crowd tonight, so I think we've got at least two more people in the crowd that could enjoy some reading. So we'll pick another color and go for another round of color readings. I've got mine picked. So do 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 da 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 da.
Okay. All right.
Rob's
Yeah.
got his color picked. And we are off to the races. Whenever you're ready, you can start dropping your colors in the chat and let us know so we can give you a little guidance. Da, da, da. Now I've got sugar stuck in my head. Thank you, Lala. I love Maroon 5 though. P.S. I saw them in concert one time, bought tickets that were up very close, and got in the handicap section that was really open and wide and had me an old dance party. It was phenomenal. Love Maroon 5. Sugar. Okay, good. Resonates. That's awesome.
Mm.
Lala jumps in with a purple. Nope. I guess we just I guess we just split it between you and I. Who else, if I guess if there's anyone else in the chat currently that would like a reading, drop a 333 and then that way we can know, cuz if it's just Lala, we could do this.
Yeah. Might be. It might just be Starseed.
Brandy's up for another reading. Okay.
Brandy.
It might just be. Small crowd. That's all good. All right, Lala. I haven't done a reading for Lala in a while, so I'm going to do a reading for Lala. Rob, if you want to be so kind and give Brandy another reading, I think that they're commenting colors. So my color was green. Rob, what was your color?
Brown.
Brown. Okay, Lala, do you have a specific question or would you like a general reading, my love? I'm so excited about this Isis deck. Like I'm gonna give us one more collective card from this Isis deck before I'm done. I'm gonna have to study each card because they
Yeah,
are,
the Taoist too. There's different
yeah.
levels in it too, where there's the elements and then there's animals and then there's the deities.
Yeah, the Tao, that would be awesome. That deck looked super cool. Lots of really beautiful wisdom in that book too. Definitely something you could use to reflect on. Love that.
Yeah, I probably will do a last collective with that
One more for that one too. I like it.
one.
Okay. Well, Lala Brown. Who picks Brown? Exactly, right? Literally my thought. It's fine.
Well, I'm
Rob's probably
surrounded by a lot of my stuff is made out of wood, so I'm surrounded by a lot of brown.
oh, okay. Okay. I see you, Lala. I see you. All right. There's a little bit of a reading here. So, um, I've got the Five of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck in reverse. Okay. So, this is in the past feeling left out in the cold. In the past feeling like you're not getting what you are putting into life, and allowing yourself to step out of those energies and into a place of being able to heal from that, okay? And so where you're at now really is, this is so beautiful because you get the Six of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. So where you're at in this now moment is a place of seeing what exactly it is that you can do with your day-to-day life to align yourself with this Two of Cups, with this pure joy, happy romance that is fulfilling in your life, something that is supportive, something that is realistic, something that is going to be able to be multifaceted. And you're seeing the ways that you build towards this, understanding that this isn't something that is going to just come into your life and automatically be, but something that comes out of experience in life and seeing how the past built you to be where you're at right now, into a place of being able to receive this love as it comes into your life. And so what Spirit has for you for the bottom deck, which I love this for you, is the World. So you have recently come to a place where you've really found that surrender. You've really been able to let go of that outcome and trust your actions and your steps as you move. And because you have come to this place, you've opened up the world for you. You have limitless possibilities, any direction that you wish to go in. It's like you're at a place now where you are no longer held to those prior attachments to specific people, to specific situations, but rather seeing the bigger picture for what you desire and calling that in for yourself, and knowing that you allow into your life that with which you know you deserve now, rather than maybe in the past allowing people or situations in that you may have known were not going to end in the highest interest for yourself. And so you're at a place where you feel a bit stuck, like it's almost like you've let go of it and you're ready to move forward, but because you have this complete surrender, you're in this like complete surrender mode, it's almost like this now a lack of motivation to move forward. Like that, because you were holding on to that was what was driving you and motivating you and pushing you to move. And now that you've truly surrendered that and released that, feeling stuck and not sure of exactly how and where to go moving forward. And so I'd like to pull one more card from you. I'm actually going to pull a card from you from the Isis deck. Let's see what little bit of wisdom Isis would like to pass for Lala in this moment. Now that the world is spinning in all the directions, what wisdom does Lala? Okay, well, this card just keeps staring at me, so we will do this. All right. You got the initiation card. Beautiful. All right, so initiation. Spiritual testing of Ra and the Lady Isis. When you are being spiritually initiated into the mysteries of light, love, and power, there are moments of deep challenge. The key is to find the light within the challenge, the learning, growth, or wisdom that can be summoned to turn the challenge into an opportunity for healing. Whilst the scorching heat of Ra seeks to burn through any resistance, the Lady Isis with compassion and cleverness will protect you from burning and instead enable you to be nourished and grow from the light of Ra. Let Isis help you pass the test of intense growth as you will thrive with new life. For advanced aspirants on the path, initiation will occur at various stages. Sometimes your entire life will feel like an initiation. At other times, specific areas will be flowing easily, whilst others are deeply challenging. This oracle comes as confirmation that you are not needlessly suffering. If you can find the light within the struggles, tests, or challenges that you face now, you will experience breakthrough and healing. It is almost unbearable solar fire of Ra that can cleanse the soul of wounds and love, compassion, and intelligence of Isis that can temper the heat of Ra and stop it from burning and drying you out, or else you would be left with nothing but emptiness, anger, bitterness, and despair in your heart. These are not meant to be the outcomes of life's challenges. Rather than losing love and hope throughout the challenges of life, the initiate understands all aspects of life are growth opportunities in various stages of disguise, waiting to be discovered. As an initiate, this oracle urges you to honor life as a gift and treat any challenge or pressure as a way for you to grow into a brighter and purer light capable of great spiritual service on this planet. That spiritual service includes growing an ability to be able to love freely and beyond limits, to love with courage and faith. In fact, initiation for you now, dear one, is an opening to the new levels of power and peace, self possession, and love. There are such sweet fruits waiting for you at the top of the tree you are currently climbing. It may seem as though you are in barren lands and at time with little hope, nourishment, or encouragement, yet your spiritual oasis is not far away. The Lady Isis and the power of Ra together are helping you grow. Stay focused on the Lady and her love for you, and you shall pass through the desert of initiation unharmed and deeply transformed. Yay. I love you, Lala. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm grateful it resonates.
Awesome. Okay, so for oop, all right. For Brandy, I pulled from my Akashic Tarot, and this is pretty interesting. Um, we got card number one, which is the Oracle of Delphi, with this woman sitting here. Looks like she's on a stage in the spotlight, and there's this other guy in the back with his scroll. I want to read this one from the book. So, the Pythia, or the priestess at Delphi, sits upon a high three-legged seat. Steam gently rises from a small fissure in the ground. Nearby, a robed priest prepares to write upon an open scroll, while the Pythia psychically receives the perceptions from Apollo. It is the priest who interprets her pronouncements. In this, we see the two important keys in psychic experience: perception and interpretation. When you receive this card, you're in a time of great insight and psychic power. Even if you don't recognize it yet, it lies very close to your consciousness because you have used this gift in so many past lifetimes. You may get images or feelings without knowing how to interpret them. Take notes as you practice both your psychic perceptions and their interpretations. Just as they gave the Oracle of Delphi a profound awareness, your psychic perceptions and their interpretations give you a powerful insight and an Akashic vision of the world. And these cards also come with a super mini little meditation as well. So they're called the Akashic Force, and if you'd like to participate, it's super short. This Oracle of Delphi calls you to close your eyes and go within. Feel your psychic energy growing, expanding upward from the very depths of your being. Now notice the first thing that you sense, and that is it. Really coming into this heightened intuition to where you are up on that stage, and there's steam coming from the ground. There's this guy here, and you've come into this role in your life where you're no longer sitting and studying the script of life and how you need to act or feel, and you've stepped into your light where you can really come out and be yourself and trust whatever it is that's coming to your mind, whether even if it may be not the best choice, you may follow that knowing that there is an answer within that experience, and that you've gotten these bigger experiences out of the way, and now these much smaller messages and experiences that seem to be downloaded to you are being called to you, and you are stepping into them in your full power with your intuition, knowing that you can, you know, go with the flow and interpret and transmute and be able to make up the next line if you don't know whose line is it anyway. But also the second card, that was card number one, and you got card number two, which is the Akashic Library. And this talks about the same thing, heightened intuition, and you're stepping into a true power of your life. And you've spent days, nights, weeks, years now in your own space where you know your mind, you know your body, and you know your spirit. And now, within this energy of the Akashic Library, there's this guy sitting here and he's writing. And this card talks about, creating your destiny ultimately, because now you're in this position where you know what is happening around you and what these energies and signs and synchronicities are bringing into your life. And you're not stepping into things blindly anymore. You're definitely coming into this space where you can step into it knowing that you have the final say in what that that energy is going to deliver to you. You could go down this road where it reminds me of, ultimately, it reminds, speaking from personal experience, it's really bringing me into this, what I experienced between yesterday and today. Yesterday, I ran, was it yesterday? 2 days ago, where, you know, I went to the package store really randomly, knowing that my energy is always very high, but knowing that it gets very low and thrown off. And I face myself with that decision of bringing myself into a lower vibration when I make that decision. But ultimately, I drove by and then I turned around, knowing that I was following some sort of calling that my soul was calling for. And ultimately, yeah, I had a great time, but then I come into the same exact realization for the hundredth millionth time, knowing that knowing the outcome, and knowing I would be saying the same thing and be justifying it in a way where it was enhancing my experience, when ultimately I already knew that I could have achieved the same thing without that in my life. And the amount of things that are going on in my life definitely are getting tested, and the lower vibrational things are getting sifted out slowly but surely. And as you follow those callings, whether they're good or bad, you learn that lesson again and again until you definitely know the answer. And then yesterday, I've officially set the intention that I'm just done completely for quite a very, very long time. I've gone a year or two without it, and I can sure as hell do it again. And right now, these times that we live in are very pressing, and we're very secluded in how the world is now. So we're being being brought into this energy where we know what we're doing, and we know what the energy is definitely trying to bring us into that higher vibration, even if we do have to experience those lower vibrations again as another reminder. And ultimately, it's bringing us into another um, energy. So the last card, as you follow your intuition, the fated meeting is coming in for you as well. And as you follow your intuition, this is a major arcana too. So that's three major arcanas all together. And as you begin to follow your intuition and write your own story, you are going to come into a better understanding that you are always where you need to be. You're going in that direction where you need to be. And each and every moment that you experience is more and more fated for your experience. And as you fall into that fate of your experience, the more fateful experiences that that begin to flow. And yeah, so man, so I'll just read this one and do the Akashic Force as well. A clock tower stands with its hands pointing to just a few minutes before 12 o'clock. A man and woman approach each other, coming to meet at the time that was predetermined by their higher selves, who are shown above them, translucent and shining. With this card, you are coming to a very important relationship in your life. Either it is entirely new or an existing relationship is being lifted to a much higher experience. Karma from past lives may have brought you together. So it's important for both of you to stay alert, keep your individual and collective growth a priority, and act with deference and compassion to yourselves and each other. If you both honor your karmic course, this could be one of the highest relationships you can know. This card can also show a fated meeting with another about a work situation, a creative project, or an important purpose that you hold. This too is likely karmic because it's past life publisher, a spiritual teacher, a brother or sister, whoever this is, it's a powerful and promising relationship. So get ready, it's almost time. So, yeah, I work in the Akashics as well and do past life clearings, present life clearings, and as you begin to clear up and dive into your intuition and start writing your story, you definitely begin to get those visions and those downloads, those feelings, and you follow them. And each and every time you do that, you're strengthening that ability and you create stronger experiences, relationships, jobs, whatever it may be coming into your life. And so, boy, I think that's about it for that. Oh no.
Thank you so much, Rob. I really appreciate that. It was a beautiful message, and it looks like it resonates with Brandy too. So Really grateful for you sharing that with us today. So, all right, well, I think that brings us to an end to the individual messages. And I pulled a message from the Lady Isis Oracle to end us on today. And Rob, I think you'll get a kick out of it because I pulled the front of the book. The card that's the front of the book. So, um, yeah, we'll dive into that. Brandy's asking, "What is this deck called?" It really resonates.
Oh, it's the Akashic Tarot. And if you're interested in any Akashic um, healing work, I do past life clearings and present life clearings, relationship clearings, where I find the root of a lot of energies that have created negative attachments in your life, whether it's from past lives or present life, and a lot begins to clear.
Yeah, definitely. If anyone's looking to connect with Rob, please feel free to click the links down below the video and connect with them further, their services. I've received some beautiful past life clearings from Rob and working on a present life one as we speak. So definitely worth the services. Check them out. And yeah, if you'd like to connect with me further, my links are also listed down below the video. I offer readings, healing sessions, as well as community spaces like the one we are sharing tonight. So yeah, it's been absolutely beautiful to connect with you all. Thank you so much for being here today. And if you'd like to help support my channel, you can like this video and subscribe. Really appreciate all the support that you all offer and share with me. This has been an absolutely beautiful journey to grow this channel and to continue showing up to support you all and offering the gifts that I have to share. So yeah, we will end the messages for tonight with the beautiful Lady Isis with the Divine Guardian, protection of the winged mother. You are venturing through a significant time of spiritual growth and healing. There are many changes occurring internally, and they will be reflected in your external world soon also. You are protected during these times by the love and strength of the winged mother, Lady Isis. You can relax and allow your transformation to happen. Let your divine guardian protect you now as you learn to let go and trust in your own unfoldment for the greatest good. Big spiritual growth can bring difficult challenges. Through such challenges, an initiate can gain wisdom, power, and awareness and leave behind fears that once held them captive, free from past restrictions, free to live a life that is truly extraordinary and inspirational. Yet the challenges can feel deeply confronting. I'm going to read that again. Yet the challenges can feel deeply confronting. The initiate may be tested to stay true to their own beliefs even if their loved ones do not understand or support them, or they may be required to let go of what they have known to embrace something completely unfamiliar, and this may be uncomfortable for them, and they may fear losing love, support, safety, or friendship as they venture into a new life. These kinds of spiritual growth opportunities are presented when the initiate is ready for them, even though this readiness might not seem obvious. The oracle of the divine guardian arises because you, dear initiate of the light, are venturing into a significant time on your spiritual path. There is a process cooking within you and which may already be mirrored in your outer life circumstances that are actually challenging you to grow. It might look like an opportunity or it might appear as a crisis, but no matter what the appearance, you are being guided to take the risks that intuitively feel right for you and have faith. You will be safely guided by the unconditional love of the Lady Isis, with wings outstretched, with sword of truth in hand, protected from false images that would lead you astray from your true path. This oracle is also confirmation that you have been receiving impressions and inner nudges that are from your higher guidance, which has been helping you with situations you are currently unfolding in your life and will continue to do so. You are, spiritually speaking, on the right track. No matter whether your life circumstances appear to be heading in one direction at one moment and then in a completely different direction the next moment, or whether you feel things are a certain way in truth only to find that the next day they seem to be different, these are all just signs of growth on a new consciousness. Life does not have to be fixed or even clear at all times in order for you to be safe. Isis is with you, all is well. This oracle comes as guidance that if you have been worried about another, they are protected. Whether this is someone alive at this time or a being that has departed the physical world and returned to spirit, they are free from suffering, pain, and trauma now, and all is well. If you wish to send blessings to such a beloved, you can do so with the incantation below. I'm not going to read the incantation because there's more to the message that I want to share. Because not only did this card come out, but also proper burial for freedom, sacrifice to Osiris, Lord of the Dead, and power over 7 scorpions. Power to conjure lower vibrational forces came out as well. So trusting that as you move along your journey, that you are divinely protected as you move through the challenges that you work through. And understanding that as you sacrifice the old parts of you, the old ways, the things that you used to behave in, the ways that you used to give your mind to, as you sacrifice those, as you release those from your life, you can offer them as a sacrifice in order to propel you into the next part of your journey, to trust that as you transmute those lower vibrational energies, that you are rising into the place that your heart is calling. And my beautiful souls, you have so much blessings and gifts on your path, on your journey, in your life at the moment you are sitting in very right now, and you are transforming, you are transmuting. So do not question or doubt where you're at. Trust your process, trust your path, and continue moving. It looks like that there's kind of an upheaval before you where things are coming forward to be seen, to be heard, to be witnessed, to unfold, to move forward. So allow yourself to flow through this process, as Rob so eloquently said earlier, and continue moving and trusting, my dear, beautiful soul. All right, my loves, that is all I have. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. This has been an absolutely beautiful session of Tarot and Chill in the Cove. And if you all would like to, like I said, connect with us further, our links are listed down below the video. Rob, did you have a card you wanted to offer as a final message? Or are we complete? You are on mute.
I think we're complete.
Awesome. All right, beautiful souls. I'm sending you all my love for the rest of your evening, and thank you for joining us today. We can send everyone off with a beautiful namaste and a love splash from me to you. May you have sweet dreams and know that you are always loved. Do 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 do.